So now we want to take some time to recognize one of those true financial planner pioneers, a colleague and honored over the last many years to be called a friend of mine with the 2017 P. Kemp Fain Jr. Awards, the 2017 P. Kemp Fain Jr. Award, FPA's, and the profession's highest individual honor. Named for P. Kemp Fain Jr., this award recognized as an individual who has made outstanding contributions to the profession of financial planning. Kemp formed the first International Association for Financial Planning chapter back in 1971 and served as its first president. He also served as president and chair of the Institute of Certified Financial Planners and was the first person to officially enroll in the CFP certification program. In keeping with Fain's example, nominees for this award are professionals who have made significant contributions to the financial planning profession in the areas of service to society, academia, government, and professional activities. They must also exemplify FP's core values of integrity, competence, dedication to relationship building, and stewardship. So it is my distinct honor and privilege to recognize the winner of the 2017 P. Kemp Fain Jr. Award, Dr. Dave Yeske. To help us honor Dave and the impact he has had on the FPA and the profession, and all of us gathered here today, we have asked two people who know Dave and his contributions as well as anyone to say a few words. Guy Cumby, Yusuf Abajeri, please join me on stage. Sorry, Yusuf. I'll take full ownership of that. Hey, Guy. Thank you.
Thanks.
Hey, Yusuf. Sorry, man. No worries.
So Cumby's a little easier than Abu Jaderi, huh? So what an honor, what a thrill. I'm so excited. I feel like a Pointer Sister this morning, I think. You know, probably a third of the audience knows what that means. You know, one of the things that makes this such a special occasion, it's like a peak experience in my own professional career. The fact that Dave, my dear friend, Dr. David Brent Yeske, CFP, he's in a very unique category of being one of two people in the world that has two P. Kemp Fain Jr. Award winners in his household. As you know, Elisa Bowie, his wife and business partner, won the award 4 years ago in 2013. But Dave is just a tremendous friend. He's a tremendous planner. He's an educator. He's a mentor. Any of you who have not met Dave, he is eminently approachable. You should meet him before you leave here if you haven't. He has the energy of an Energizer bunny, Elisa Bowie. He has the passion of a Roy DiLiberto. He has the writing talent of a Lou Walker. And he has the brains of, I think, maybe a Lynn Hopewell, Dick Wagner combination. Just unbelievable. So I want to take just a moment to share two quick vignettes from, these are just little snippets of Dave's contributions to my own professional life and leadership in this organization. Back when we first started FPA, when we combined the two predecessor organizations, we were working on some organizational quality issues, and I mentioned to Dave it'd be nice to have a little paper, a little something to go by, and he immediately banged out a beautiful white paper on the metaphysics of quality. It's unbelievable. I still use it today in various organizational endeavors, leadership endeavors. Also, back in, I think, 2002, I penned a brief article in the Journal of Financial Planning about where is the planning in personal financial planning. I was railing a bit about the fact that most of the curriculum, most of the body of knowledge was around the notion of personal finance, and there was a dearth of planning. Well, Dave picked up on that, and lo and behold, he bangs out a doctorate dissertation called Finding the Planning in Financial Planning, literally. So if any of you have not seen that, the abstract or the summary of it is in the 2010, I believe September 2010 article of the Journal. Well worth looking back to read. So with that, I will pass the mic to Yusuf Abujaderi, and you'll get to hear more about Dave from a different perspective. Yusuf is just a shining star example of Dave's mentorship. Thank you.
Couple things. I never use notes, but this is way too important to mess up. And it says I have 90 seconds here, and there's no way we're going to stay within that, although we won't go too far. So, sorry, Shannon. There's not much you can say about Dave Yeske that hasn't been said. I've had the distinct privilege of working for Dave for the past 8 years, and so I'm going to try to figure out a few things to share that you guys might not know. One of those things is that Dave adores alliterations. When members of our team write articles for our biweekly digest, we are consistently challenged to weave alliterative phrases into our pieces. So this morning, I'll be sharing a few bits about Dave that fall under these descriptors. Dave as an economist, as an enthusiast, and as an educator. Let's talk about Dave the economist. I had to get a master's degree in economics just so I could learn how to talk to Dave. As you may know, the man has 2 degrees in economics aside from his doctorate degree. And while in school, I learned that economics is rooted in praxeology, which is defined as the deductive study of human action based on the notion that humans act purposefully. Dave's approach to financial planning is rooted in his understanding of people and their purpose, and he gives advice that is grounded in economic principles. He frames things in terms of trade-offs. He's contributed several articles about financial planning policies and decision architecture to the profession's body of knowledge, and he uses the science of economics to artfully guide his clients through life. You don't have to spend much time talking to Dave to feel his enthusiasm for life. He's always insisting that you'll have time to sleep when you're dead, that you need to embrace your time zone no matter where you are, and that you have to capitalize on opportunities in target-rich environments like this to have meaningful exchanges with people. I have seen the following exchange occur countless times. Someone will say, "Do you know about blank?" And Dave will say, "Yes." And you see his eyes get a little bigger, he leans forward, and you can see the knowledge bomb getting ready to drop. The man reads everything. More impressive is that he retains it all. And most impressive is that he shares it. Which brings me to my final point. There isn't a better teacher in this profession. Yes, Dr. Yeske is a director of a financial planning program, and yes, he's a college professor. I, however, was introduced to Dave as an educator in the office. He taught me how to do financial planning. And then I learned how to be a financial planner by watching him over the better part of the last decade. No one is better at illustrating a point to a client across the table by drawing upside down. No one distills the essence of a complex topic into the most parsimonious explanation. No one writes a better message to our clients when they need to be comforted. As I mentioned, Dave taught me how to be a financial planner, and it was a privilege to be the Robin to his Batman for the year that I worked in San Francisco. With the launch of our financial planning residency program a few years ago, our firm began spreading those teachings. As our residents graduate, they'll be able to serve clients to the standard set by Dave Yeske. Our firm serves over 250 client families. Our residents will each serve hundreds more. Dave's impact has already touched thousands in the profession. And when it's all said and done, thousands of families across generations will have been made better off. He will leave behind an unassailable legacy. So thank you, Dave, and congratulations. The amazing media team put together a short video that we're going to show to celebrate this incredible man, so full roll tape.
Dave Yeske reminds me of my father, just in a younger form, because my father was a Renaissance man. And you look at their two histories, doctorate level educations, university instructors, innovative small business entrepreneurs, prolific writers and speakers, and tireless volunteers and ambassadors for the financial planning profession. Kemp Fain, Dave Yeske, interchangeable beings in two different generations.
He just gives and gives and gives without really expecting anything in return. You know, it's nice to have recognition and it's nice to have those things, but that's not the motivator for Dave. It is just the desire to give back and give forward.
Dave can't say no. He's always willing to pitch in and help. And so when Dave calls you and asks you to help, how do you say no to him?
He is just an amazing person all around, and it really is a roundabout thing. He is an educator, he is a student, he is inspirational to everyone in our firm. He is a mentor, he's a great family man, father figure. He just kind of has it all. He loves what he does in every aspect of his life, and I think that's really powerful because he is such an advocate for the profession. He's an advocate for life.
One of the things that seems to have been missing in the profession up to recently was a research body and a focus on the science part of our business, and Dave has really upped the game when it comes to that. He leads the Golden Gate University Financial Planning Program, of course, and has really, written a lot of research and kind of pushed research on the profession that really hadn't done a whole lot with that before.
Dave is the most cerebral financial advisor that I know. He starts with his brain, he also has a heart, and for someone who loves to learn, loves language, loves numbers, to have someone as a role model who makes that real for his clients has been a big, powerful impact on me.
To me, this award really represents leadership of the financial planning profession, and Dave is probably one of the main leaders in the last generation of financial planners.
I've modeled my career after Dave Yeske, period. So he's a role model, a mentor, a teacher, just a great person.
Congratulations, my love, to the most handsome recipient of the PKF Fain Jr. Award ever. Congratulations.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dr. Dave Yeske, our 2017 PKF Fain Jr. Award winner. Thank you, my friend.
Thank you. Oh, what a day.
Congratulations.
Thank you again.
Wow. Thank you.
Can you take that, please?
Yeah, thank you.
almost speechless. Almost. But what I am is, I am a financial planner. I'm not a financial advisor, I'm not a wealth manager, I'm not a wealth advisor, I'm not an asset manager, although I do that, but I am a financial planner. And I think we've arrived at a point where it's time to draw a bright white line between financial planning and financial advice. There's a lot of financial advice out there masquerading as financial planning. And the public doesn't know the difference. And the difference matters. Difference is important. Elisa said to me the other night, she said, financial planning is magical. Financial advice is helpful. Though I will say as a side note, with respect to financial advice, that I'm very gratified to see that in the proposed new code, CFP Board has now made it a requirement, or will make it a requirement, that CFP professionals must act as fiduciaries, not just when doing financial planning, but when providing any kind of financial advice, which I think that's a huge move. Yeah. But the real magic is in financial planning, not financial advice. Financial advice is transactional, asked and answered. Financial planning is transformative. It's contextual, it's comprehensive, it's integrated, it's strategic. And Dick Wagner said that financial planning is better as a verb than a noun. Because a financial plan is kind of a static thing. But financial planning is dynamic, it's emergent, it's strategic. And financial planning is defined by FPA, CFP Board, NAPFA, and anyone else who has some reasonable claim to speak for the profession, is client-centered and fiduciary-based. So really our motto should be one profession, one designation, one standard. And I like the way Charlie Hughes and Jeannie Robinson put it. They said the relationship between professionals and those they serve is not transactional, but transformative. And they went beyond that to say success in business is defined in terms of profit for the firm and personal advancement. The success of a professional is defined in terms of service to clients. We know that when Kemp Fain in 1987 wrote his seminal white paper, One Profession, One Designation, 30 years ago, 1987, when he wrote that, he was thinking and envisioning a true profession, one based on standards. And when Dick Wagner wrote To Think Like a CFP, he too was envisioning a true profession. We have come a long way, but I think it's time to draw that bright white line. And thank you all.